Hello, welcome to this video. Today we're going to do this problem. So here we have x and y are real non-zero numbers. So they're real and they're not zero. And they satisfy this equation. So we have x cubed plus y cubed plus 3x squared y squared is equal to x cubed times y cubed. And we are asked to find all possible values of 1 over x plus 1 over y. Okay, let's begin. So, yes, so first of all, what I'm gonna do is set A to be 1 over x and B to be 1 over y, because I'm gonna use all of these throughout the entirety of the, I want to say proof, or throughout the entire thing just. So I'm just gonna label these like that, and so and I'll also denote the sum that we're looking for, 1 over x plus 1 over y, which is a plus b, as k. Okay, and just so that I have just so that we have the equation in terms of x1 of a and b, I'll divide by x cubed and y cubed, and I'll have this turns to b cubed. This turns to a cubed. This turns to 3ab, or 3 over x, y. And that's just 1, because we divided by this number. And okay, so now we have a plus b equals k, and we have a cubed plus b cubed. So let's think about what is k cubed. So that's a plus b all cubed, and we're going to factor that. So we have a cubed plus b cubed plus 3a squared b plus 3ab squared. Now we know what is a cubed plus b cubed. Move this to the other side. That's 1 minus 3ab. And I can factor out 3ab here and get a plus b inside the brackets. So I'm just gonna write that as times k. So this is 1 plus 3ab times k minus 1. Now I'll move 1 to the other side and get k cubed minus 1, which I can also factor as k minus 1 times k squared plus k plus 1 is equal to 3ab times k minus 1. So we have two cases. Either k is equal to 1, so that would make k minus 1 equal 0, and we'll also solve the problem, because we're looking for k, so either k is equal to 1, or we can cancel these out, and have 3ab equal to k squared plus k plus 1. Okay, so now I want to think about what is k squared. That is a squared plus b squared plus 2ab. Right, we factor a plus b all squared. And now I'm saying this is a minus b squared plus 4ab. Right, because a minus b squared is the same thing, with a minus sign here. So if I add 4ab, the minus 2ab turns to plus 2ab, we get exactly this. And because a and b are real, because x and y are real numbers, a and b are also real numbers. So a minus b is a real number, so its squared is non-negative. So this is bigger than or equal than 4ab. So now I can say that 3ab is smaller than or equal than 3/4 k squared. So now I will plug this in here and we'll see what we get. Yes. So we have k squared plus k plus 1, which is equal to 3ab, smaller than or equal than 3 over 4k squared. Now we'll move this to the other side, and we have 1/4 k squared plus k plus 1, smaller than or equal to 0. But this is actually 1/2 k plus 1 squared. And so if a real number squared is non-positive, right, smaller than or equal to 0, because it's also not negative, that means it has to equal 0. So if this is 0, then the inside is 0. So we multiply by 2, move to the other side, and we get k is equal to -2. So we got two possible values for k is equal to 1, k is equal to -2. Now we just want to find examples for each of them. So yes, and okay, so for -2, we can take the example of x and y are both equal to -1. By the way, from the way we got to k is equal to -2, we can actually find that x and y are both -1 is the only way to get to -2. So so yes, that's just so if we plug in x and y are equal to both -1, that's just -1, plus 3, plus 1. So 3 minus 1 minus 1 is indeed 1, so that works, the equation. And indeed we have 1 over x plus 1 over y is -2. And the example for k is equal to 1 is going to be x and y are both 2. So let's write this down just so it's clear, because it's a bit bigger numbers. So x cubed would be 8, y cubed is also 8. We have x squared is 4, y squared is 4. Multiply those, it's 16 times 3. That is 48. And so this is 16 plus 48, that's 64. And indeed, 64 is 2 to the 6th power, which is 2 cubed times 2 cubed. So indeed this equation works for x and y are both 2. And plugging in x and y are 2 into 1 over x plus 1 over y, that really gets us 1. So finally, we got that k is equal to 1 and k is equal to -2 are the only possible values for 1 over x plus 1 over y. And finally, that's it. If you want more content like this, please subscribe to my channel. I'll be uploading more interesting content and things like this in the future. And finally, that's it.